across the open market as Evelyn hardly tugged her worn coat tighter around her trembling frame. Once known for her shimmering laugh and easy grace, she now moved like a shadow, widowed too young, burdened with bills she couldn't pay, and mocked by neighbors who whispered that she'd never recover. That morning, after dropping a basket of vegetables and hearing cruel snickers behind her, something in her finally cracked. She knelt on the icy ground, fighting tears she'd promised herself she wouldn't shed in public. That was the moment a pair of heavy boots stopped beside her. Evelyn looked up to see a rugged man towering over her, broad shoulders, weather-worn face, flannel shirt smelling faintly of pine. He looked like he belonged somewhere high in the mountains, not in a town full of people too busy to notice anyone else's pain. For a moment she braced for another judgmental stare, but instead she heard the gentlest voice she'd encountered in months. "Come with me," he said simply. No explanation, no pressure, just an invitation spoken with such calm certainty that Evelyn, against all logic, nodded. The mountain man, who introduced himself as Caleb, led her down the street to his pickup and drove her toward the foothills. She knew she should have felt anxious, but something about his quiet presence eased the fear that usually clung to her like a second skin. After a few minutes of silence, he spoke. "Saw what happened back there. People forget how heavy life can get. Thought you could use a place to breathe." Evelyn swallowed hard, her voice wobbling as she admitted how lost she felt, how small the world had made her. Caleb listened, really listened, the way her husband once had, with patience and warmth instead of pity. They arrived at a small cabin hugged by towering pines. Caleb brewed her tea, then led her outside to a wooden bench overlooking endless mountains rolling like waves frozen in time. The air was crisp, the sky enormous, and for the first time since her husband's passing, Evelyn felt space around her grief. Caleb rested an axe against the porch rail and sat beside her. "Up here," he said, "life's quieter. But the mountains, they don't let you forget your strength. They remind you you're still standing." Evelyn didn't realize she was crying until Caleb placed a rough, steady hand over hers. He told her about losing his brother, about shutting himself away until the mountains taught him to keep moving, even if it meant just taking a single small step each day. His vulnerability unlocked something inside her, a kind of healing she didn't think was possible. When he drove her back to town, Evelyn carried more than hope, she carried a spark of herself she believed had died. Caleb pressed a small carved wooden charm into her palm, an eagle mid-flight. "Not a gift," he said. "A reminder." As she stepped out of the truck, the sun warming her face, Evelyn realized something powerful. Sometimes a stranger's kindness doesn't just lift you, it sets you free.